Okay, y'all seen the title, y'all know what it is. Doechii, the Nile is a river. You know, this on Genius. I love watching Genius shit because it's just like, I love seeing the thought process behind some of these lyrics and shit like that. You know, some of these niggas be bullshitting, but some of these artists, they be like giving you little insights to like what they be thinking. So yeah, let's chop it up. Hey, porn star in training is outrageous work.
The source is in me. It's not in a bottle. It's not in a label. It's not in a man in a suit. It's not in a dollar bill. It's not in a radio. It comes from me. And I don't need anything outside of myself and the glory of God to lead me anywhere in my career. And
yo, hold on. That sounds like it should have been put on Chromacopia with Tyler the Creator. Like, you know, the monologue I think that his mom had. Don't let anybody dim your fucking like blah blah blah. Like, if you know, you know. That's what it remind me of. Like, somebody need to put that shit in the song right there.
And once I did that, I was like, I'm gonna write a mixtape. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna tell my story the way I want to tell it. I don't care about hits. Shut up.
Nah, facts.
And I made the mixtape.
Yo, she got a personality, respect.
The Nile is a river represents two things for me. One is just the pure storytelling element of hip hop. It takes me back to like a Slick Rick children's story type of energy, which I really, really value and love. The other half of it is just me in a humorous way talking about a lot of dark things. It's like a diary entry. I was in the studio and I actually had a real journal entry. And I was like, I'm just gonna say my truths very, very honestly and broadly, and I'm not gonna like try to be metaphorical about it. I'm just gonna tell a story in chronological order and unpack what's happened to me over the past couple of years. It took me a couple of days to write it, but once I got it, it was out of there.
Yeah, that's real as fuck though. That's real as fuck. Cause I didn't know that was a true story that she was telling. I thought it was something outrageous because like you heard the song, so it's like what she got going on? There ain't no way this shit happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? But hey. Sometimes you just gotta see it to believe it. You feel me?
Remember old dude from 2019? Nice clean nigga did me dirtier than laundry. Took a scroll through his IG just to get a DM from his wifey? I was so confused. What should Doechii do? She didn't know about me and I didn't know about Sue. I opened up the messages and had to hit the Zoom. Turns out the girl was really a dude. Okay, first of all, let's clear the air. I wasn't going through his Instagram. He gave me his login because he needed me to do something. And then I got a DM through his Instagram because I just want to clear that up. And I saw the DM and I was like, oh my God. Like, I just assumed, okay, he's cheating on me with this girl. I'm just going to see what she's about. I open up the profile and it's not a girl, it's a guy. And mind you, this is like a guy who is very much like, I'm straight, I don't know.
Type shit.
Turns out he wanted the girls, which is okay. You could have told me that. Nigga think he slick back till I slip back, got my lick back, turn a nigga to a knick-knack. You thought you
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm telling you, I gotta check out this mixtape because if it's rapping like this all throughout it, bro, phenomenal work that she putting together, bro.
Had a one-up on me, and I didn't let him know immediately that I found out. Never do that. Keep calm. Stay controlled. And I got my lick back. I can't go into detail about how I did that, but I definitely got my lick back. I moved on, dropped a couple of songs, and then
it ain't even worth just get a lit back, bro. Just leave, bro. Like, am I crazy for saying that? Just leave. Like,
when it got signed, that was 2021. The year 2021, I'm over this guy. I move on. I'm newly signed. Coming out of like survival mode, trying to learn how to live. I'm coming into new money. I'm coming into a new label. I moved all the way to California. I'm by myself. I'm kind of newly navigating Hollywood, my music, and new friends and people around me. I was kind of like,
bro, her hair is really hydrated. I know she said all that shit, but it just distracted me. I was like, damn, like the curls is there, bro. She take care of her hair, bro.
Lonely.
Hey, I need a hair tutorial from her. Like, what's her hair routine?
But like tunnel vision focused, like on fire. Recording like 6 songs a night. Just workaholic energy, which isn't always bad, but it did get a little dark. Platinum record this, viral record that. I'm making so much money, I'm all over the net. When I was first coming up, the first song that I had to blow up on TikTok was Yucky Blucky Fruitcake, and then I had another one blow up, which was Persuasive. We also had Stress, which went viral as well, and What It Is. And around that time, it's interesting because Those songs were doing really well on the internet, but I feel like over time it started to influence how I was making music. When you're in the industry and you have a label, when something works, they want you to keep doing what works.
Facts.
Which isn't a bad thing. But I realized that I was outgrowing that and that formula didn't work for me. So I moved on. I'm moving so fast, no time to process. And no, I'm not in the gang, but I'm always on set. Everything was moving so fast and happening. I'm doing award shows and doing interviews and I'm doing press and I'm doing shows. And I'm just like, all of the drastic changes that happened in my life, I haven't taken a beat to process what has happened, which means to evaluate how am I doing in my body? What is going on in my mind right now? What are my morals? Who am I now that I'm in a new world and in a new space? And I didn't have time to process that.
I love how articulate she is too, bro. Like
wristwatch, drip, drop.
I know that sounds like crazy to say, but like you don't get that in a lot of people. Some people, they just be yapping and not saying shit, but she's saying shit and she know what she want to say and she knows how she want to say it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that.
Label want the TikToks. Now I'm making TikTok music. What the fuck? In music, there is a formula that works. There's a formula that works for radio. There's a formula that works for pop. There's a formula that works for hip hop as well. It felt like at that time that particular formula was diluting my story, my ability to be vulnerable. It was diluting my creativity. Music is about creativity and therapy for me. And at some point, I lost sight of that. And when I lost sight of that, it caused me to be just sad and depressed. And the TikTok formula, the TikTok music formula, fuck that. It's cool. But not right now. I need a cleanse, need a detox, but we ain't got time to stop. The charts need us. Now I'm speaking from the perspective of what other people are telling me. It's like a codependency on like, okay, well, these people know what they're talking about. And they like, okay, shorty, you can't slow. Nothing stops. The train doesn't stop. You got to still keep doing what you got to do. We got to hit these charts.
Facts. You got to keep going, bro.
And they got to sound like
no
this.
matter what's happening.
Move like that. When I say stop, I'm not meaning like literally stop working. I think I'm talking about stop creating from the perspective of what other people want you to make. Stop depending on labels and fans and people telling you the type of music that you should be making because this is what sells and what sells make.
Nah, facts. And to speak on that, like think about Kendrick Lamar, right? He goes from Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, to Pimp a Butterfly, to Damn, to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, right? And somewhere in between that, we got the Untitled Unmasters. Now, the reason like that's so important is because niggas was sleeping on To Pimp a Butterfly when it first dropped. Actually, I wouldn't know that. I was like 15 when it dropped, so I wasn't online. But once he dropped Damn and it was so commercially successful, people was kind of expecting that again with his next album, but he took it a different route. Started going more introspective with it, and like that eventually it worked in his favor because they got the beef, but it's more so like that whole project was about like trying to be better than who you was yesterday and like heal that trauma that you felt as a child, or to heal the generational trauma that your mother, your grandmother, like everybody in your family feels, and try to like break those generational curses because the same habits that you're falling into, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what he was trying to preach to Drake too. But whatever you put out, whether it's content or music, you should always be putting out what you want to put out, you know what I'm saying? Not just because everybody else is gonna like it, if that makes sense. It's like that's what makes art. I'm yapping too much. Let's get back.
A great superstar. That's not music that you should be making because this is what sells, and what sells makes a great superstar. That is not fucking true. You selling doesn't make you a great artist. And what's priority to me is being a great artist. So I had to stop that. Fast forward me 2023. I'm stacking lots of cheese and making money. My grass is really green, and honestly, I can't even fucking cap no more. I'm going through a lot. It's a dark time. 2023 was the darkest. This is around the time where I'm working on my album, and I tried so many different things that just weren't resonating with me. I'm also at my lowest with substance abuse and alcohol abuse, and I realized that I needed to get sober. I needed to clear my mind. I needed to distance myself from everybody and everything. I needed to be still by myself with just me and God and solitude. I mean, fuck, I like pills, I like drugs, I like getting money, I like strippers, I like to fuck, I like day drinking and day parties in Hollywood, I like doing Hollywood shit, snorted Hollywood. What can I say? The shit works, it feels good, then my self-worth's at an all-time low. I'm a rock star,
Type shit.
and I like to have fun, and I do like strippers, and I do like to fuck, and I do like to dibble and dabble and doodle. It was like me also unpacking that even though I like these things, I'm still operating not at my best. I'm at an all-time low, which is what I said. And so of course you like these things and you're gravitating towards these things. But it's a balance because I needed to admit to myself that I'm doing this. This is what is happening. This is the reality.
See, I like that too. Self-awareness. Not a lot of people got that nowadays. Hey, bro. If common sense was common, everybody would have it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, what does that have to do with it? I don't know. You take what you want from it.
But also, I'm not my best self right now. And just when it couldn't get worse, my ex crashed my place and destroyed all I owned. That felt like a peak in my low. Not only am I going through so much within myself and in my life, creatively I feel numb, which broke me because the only thing that I love to do is music. It's how I communicate with God and how I communicate with the world. And on some real shit, I just felt like I couldn't even make music without drinking, which was really sad for me, and I knew it was serious. But in the midst of all,
you know, it's crazy that's very common among rappers and shit. Just look at the Lil TJ and Fabio Foreign situation. They couldn't put down the blunt, bro. They could not put down the blunt because they needed that to, you know, make the music or whatever. I think that's why they were trying to smoke because, you know, it's a studio session. Like, they got to do it. They got to do it. But, hey, if you got to rely on, like, you know, substances to make your shit great, maybe, and just hear me out, maybe you need to find a different method. Don't shoot me, bro. Don't shoot me.
All that, a partner that I love so much destroyed everything that I worked hard for. At that point, I felt like, okay, I have nothing. I am broken. My home is broken. I don't feel safe in my space. I don't have a space within myself. This is it. Whoopsie, made a oopsie. $100,000 oops made me loopy. Honestly, I'm escaping being serious about this, and I'm in denial. I'm gonna make light of this in some way. This has to be funny. The oopsie line kind of reminds me of, like, have you ever seen those memes where they're like girls driving, they run over
the
like
curb.
a person, and it's like, oopsie, excuse me. Like,
I thought it was just a curb.
I'm just making light of, like, okay, my life is like shit right now. Whoops. And I like doing that because it doesn't have to be so serious. We gotta laugh at things sometimes. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Don't wanna have to turn a nigga guts into soup. The last couple of lines where I get really serious and my voice starts to growl like this. It's the first time in the whole song where I'm actually expressing anger as anger. I built up this whole story and I waited intentionally to the last lines to really give it to you and let you know, like, no, I'm actually really pissed off and you about to have me revert to somebody that I was supposed to leave behind. That's why I did it that way. And I also just, like, have a lot of Eminem influence, that Slick Rick, even like Nicki Minaj, the way she animates her voice.
That's what it reminded me of.
Just evoking emotion. So
I ain't gonna lie. This is the first time I'm hearing a Slick Rick. Like, oh my God. Call me what you want. But if y'all can recommend me some Slick Rick songs, I'll check them out, bro. I will.
That was what that was. My cover art for Alligator Bites Never Kill, I'm holding an alligator. That was a powerful moment for me. It was a little scary because it is a real alligator. A lot of my fans ask me that. I'm holding an albino alligator, which is one of the rarest animals. They can pretty much adapt in any environment. Cold, hot, wet, dry, doesn't matter. And that represents me. I'm a survivor by heart. And I think I just started realizing and learning how to live
right there, real
instead
shit.
of how to survive. In the cover art, I am wounded and I have been bitten.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm in survival mode right now, but I'm doing my best. So I understand that sentiment. I got a lot of niggas in the survival mode, bruh. Hopefully, they don't gotta stay that.
But I am also the gator, and it's kind of like these wounds you can hurt yourself, but you can also heal yourself. And you will heal.
Facts.
Is there another aspect of the song that we didn't get to that you feel like we should?
Oh my God, my double entendre. No, I'm not in a gang, but I'm always on set. Catch it.
Yeah, well, I feel like that was it, but I got it. Alright, but that's some real shit, though. Yo, shout out Doechii, man. Doechii going crazy. Can't wait to check out more of her music, but that's all I really got to say. Thank y'all for watching. I'm Prodijet. I'll catch you in the next one. Doses.